Hey everybody, welcome to one of my very few videos I ever post, but I want to kind of get this out of the way. So I recently purchased a pair of Microsoft Surface headphones, just upfront and honest. I am a Microsoft employee. So you can see my screen right here. You can probably tell a lot of 365 content on my home screen. So these $350 Surface headphones, I've never actually owned a pair of Bose or Sony noise canceling headphones, which is the same market space that Microsoft has entered recently with these headphones. But just basically all the reviews you will find today on YouTube and other tech sites is that they do a lot of unboxing. They do a lot of show and tell, turning the dials, kind of they'll take you through a lot of those options. What I wanted to really focus on today is particularly, so you got these headphones. I mean, do they just come? Some people are misleading and say, yeah, you can't do software updates. Some people say, well, there's really no adjustments for equalizers and controls, which is not entirely true. There's actually a way of doing this through the Cortana settings. Now, upfront and honest, you don't have to use Cortana with these headphones. You can still use native Google Assistant or Siri, depending on your brand of choice. I chose to use Cortana just to get the full experience, understanding that some people are complaining about the battery drain, and also just to see how it interacts with my life with Microsoft. So, as you can tell at the top right, I'm currently recording, and I got my Cortana settings on. We're just telling me I'm connected, so I'm going to go right into the Cortana settings here, and obviously you can see right away there's my headphones connected. There's some videos here. It kind of gives you a quick overview. It's telling you my noise cancellation level on the left, my hour and battery life left in the middle, and my current volume settings. So if I start turning my headphones left and right, the noise cancellation, and it's yelling in my ear right now that it's my ambient noise is amplified, so I can hear things around me with a little greater detail. With the baby monitor right next to me, it's a good thing to know, not to cancel my noise in case he does wake up. And my right dial controls my volume. As I noted previously, some of my folks I work with is that, interestingly enough, not everything kind of shows up with my Pixel. With the Bluetooth settings, some quirky things. So since Pixel still 3, this is they're still relatively new, so I don't know if it's the issues with the brand new Surface headphones and the firmware, or the actual. I'm going to knock on Google here a little bit. Google, typical Pixel fashion, well, Bluetooth always has issues with every Pixel release I've owned, and I've owned 1, 2, and 3 now, and there's always seems to be some issues with Bluetooth connection and settings for the first few months until they kind of get right with the firmware updates and software updates. So anyhow. So that's that. So this is where you would actually get into the semi-surface settings. So you just click on the photo itself, and here you go. So this is the setting screen that most folks may not know about. At least it seems some of the people have been unboxing did not mention it, or made some statements that there's no way of doing this or that. Not always true. So just the general going up and down the options here. Device info. You can edit your name, make these sound really cool. For discovering reasons outside of that, not really. I'm going to leave mine by default. Same thing again, turn your knobs. It's going to show you different displays, and right now my noise cancellation is enhanced, my battery life. Paired devices just tells you what I'm connected to and what I'm paired with, to connect with, and just to note of that, you can pair up to 10 devices. I've only have 2 of them on, usually my laptop. And my phone, so no issues with that so far. One note that I will make is the Teams app from Microsoft. For those of you who do use it on a Pixel, I'm actually having issues connected with calls. One of my friends has got the same headphones, but is an iOS user. He does not have the same problem, so his experience is a little less painful right now, but I'm hoping to get that addressed, so it makes me believe it might be more of a Pixel issue than a Surface headphone issue, but at the same time, don't know that, so I'm not going to stand behind those statements. So this is the fun part, the equalizer. So this gives you some options out of the box, not many. I prefer mine to be classical. Some people have noted on reviews about these that, some of the highs sound a little drowned out, so classical gives me the little higher high. And if I really want to turn that up in typical Microsoft fashion, you can always change settings and save as. So there you go. Just click on any of the bars to make the setting change, and I can save it as. And because we work in IT, we're going to add number 2 to it until we're satisfied. Hit save, and there you go. So here's the new option and setting compared to the old one and the new one. And this is just my demo, so I'm going to delete it because, like I said, I'm happy with classical. Delete that. So going down the list, personalization, preferences, languages, only 3 so far. So great if you speak the other 2. I love voice prompts. Actually, I have to go research what that does. But, I know that one of the things people ask is the enabling or disabling Cortana to extend battery life. I expect something like this to be available down the road. Feedback, pop-up box gives you some feedback option, which is great. You can also add screenshots, which is good, I guess, if you wanted to prove something or display something. I'm actually do the same thing, provide feedback through my Teams app, and as well go back in here and do the same request about Teams not working properly with my Pixel device. See if I get a response back. So updates, this is the cool, for $350 set of headphones, you expect to be able to update firmware, and you can, which is great. Good to know that you don't have to use a wire for that. You can just do it right here through your phone or probably your PC as well. And just about info, just general, probably model, serial number, firmware version, things like that. Helpful tips, this will take you to AK.ms site. And we have plenty of documentation to review to really understand your Surface headphones, how it works, what to do, what not to do. So it's always a good option to go there. So let's exit that, go back to our settings. Helpful tips we just did. Factory reset probably sends it back to the Stone Age. You got them out of the factory, and then remove this device, obviously deletes it. So real quick review, just some additional, like I said, information to focus on the actual configuration and settings that you can actually go through and do. Some may find this helpful, some not. Like I said, this is not a review of the devices to comparing them to other headphones. This is more of like a deep dive around how you customize your experience with the Surface headphones. So, all right, hope you found this video to be helpful, and go Bucks!